So when I was a kid, I forget, maybe 8 to 10 years old, I went to Kmart with my mom and my sister, and I was normally known as like the ornery one. Go figure, right? The one that always had doing something, and I was bored, and my mom was looking at clothing racks, and if I wrote about this on my blog as well, and my mom was looking at clothes, and she was in these clothing racks and just looking around, and I was bored, and I don't think they make these anymore, but like they're like the old style clothing racks where they're circular and like they turn, so like you don't have to move, like they turn. So I was like, cool. So I was bored, and so I had somehow figured out my way to get inside of it. And what I was gonna do, like I had this cool vision. I was like gonna make it my clubhouse, and I was gonna like do this and that, just chill while my mom was doing whatever she was doing, and it was actually, cool. So anyways, so I get in there, I'm out of sight of everyone. I can imagine my mom was looking for me because I was 8 to 10 years old, and what am I going to do if I'm not, with a parent or guardian? It's sad that I'm 27, almost 28 years old, and I'm pretty sure my mom still feels that way about me, that I shouldn't be left unattended without a parent or a guardian. Good old mom. So anyway, so I'm in this thing, and I'm like, cool, well, I'm just gonna like maybe peek out and scare somebody, maybe just have like a clubhouse and just chill, but I was just gonna make it my own. So anyways, there's like support beams in there, and I was crawling up to get in position to strike, and the whole clothing rack just falls just on the floor. The whole huge clothing rack falls all over the floor. It made a big commotion, and yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. It scared the crap out of me, and also scared the crap out of everyone around me. And so I was okay. I wasn't hurt, but I was embarrassed, as embarrassed as an 8-year-old could be. And my mom was embarrassed as well. And after that, the people at Kmart are like, do you want to file an incident report and all this? And we're just like, no, that's okay. So what I was thinking is in relation to the world, if I look at the clothing rack as a comfort zone, or if I look at the clothing rack as something that is distracting me from Jesus, you could go as far as to say sin. Sometimes it's so easy to hide in darkness or to hide in sin when we become bored. When we become bored in the world. When we become dry on the spirit. When we don't read our scriptures. When we don't pray. When we sometimes don't even go to church, or we start hanging out with the wrong crowd. Sometimes we can become so dry in our present situation that we start to look for other things to entertain us, and sometimes those things can end up in danger. Sometimes you can even lose your life. And I'm not saying that I was going to lose my life with the clothing rack thing, but the Bible tells us that when we follow Jesus, we walk in light, and we who follow him will never walk in darkness. That's from John. And also, the Bible says that when we delight ourselves in the Lord, we will never be. He will give us the desires of our heart, and we'll never lack anything. We'll never feel like we're missing anything. And that's from the book of Psalms. And it's just so true that when we become dry in our situations, that we stick tight to that guidance of the Spirit, and we don't venture into life's clothing racks, and we don't get so wrapped up in things that we think, well, this would be cool, or well, that would be cool, because chances are we're just going to make a scene, and we're going to embarrass ourselves before God. Now, of course, God knows our hearts better than we do. God knows the thoughts before they enter into our head. But, fortunately, I would say it's a good thing we don't. So all we can do is pray for the Spirit and just pray for guidance and stick to the Word and don't become overwhelmed or don't become distracted by the clothing racks and everything on them in this life. Just remember why you're here and stick to that purpose, because I can tell you, while venturing and being distracted at the time can seem awesome and can seem fun, but it only leads to destruction. So with that in mind, if you want to read about it more in detail, I guess, you can look at my blog. It's talkofsinners.wordpress.com. Also facebook.com/talkofsinnersoh. And of course youtube.com/talkofsinners. If you want to contribute, or if you want to interview or just upload your own piece, let me know, because I'm also really interested in hearing from other people. I don't even have to know you. You could live in China or Russia or Cambodia. I really don't care. So anyways, I'm going to enjoy this sunshine and stay out of clothing racks. Alright, peace.